Good morning and welcome to Williams Dog Training Company. We're here today with Fred and Shakira, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today is Shakira's ability to understand and respond to her obedience commands, the corrections and motivations we give her while we're working with her, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he's going to keep the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand, leaving his left hand free to give the correction. The correction that we give is a tug and let go to the training collar, which is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Shakira has been fitted with her own personal training collar, and we'll show you how to properly use this during your one-on-one lesson. As you can see, Shakira is seated on Fred's left, which is where all our obedience training is done. And the first command they'll demonstrate is heeling, which is proper walking on a leash. And Fred and Shakira take off doing that now. The command you want to use for this is Shakira heel, and then you just start walking and she'll fall right in line on your left-hand side. Now we've also gone ahead and incorporated our sit command into this, so anytime Fred stops his feet, Shakira will sit. There's an example there. Now it's important when you're heeling with Shakira that she walks nicely at your pace on your left-hand side without trying to pull ahead of you or lag behind. If she did attempt to pull ahead or lag behind, say no, give a tug and let go correction to the training collar, repeat the command to heel, and then start walking again. Now the next command will demonstrate our stay command, which is a hand and voice command. Fred will use the open flat of his left palm an inch or so from Shakira's muzzle and the one-word command to stay. He walks out to the end of the training leash. Now this is a great exercise to build up self-control and maturity in Shakira. You can start practicing this one at about a minute's time and work your way up in increments until you get to about 3 minutes. Now as Fred returns back to Shakira, he's going to walk all the way around her, providing an added distraction as he goes behind, and right back to that left-hand side heel position. She holds that sit-stay throughout, and he gives her a little praise and then heels her right out of it. And I'll show you a little more of the heel, sit, and stay. They heel around, he stops his feet, she sits. And gives her the stay again, back out to the end of that training leash. Now this time he'll give her a second to hold this position, and then he'll demonstrate the come or recall command. Instead of returning back to her, he calls her in. She gets right up, comes into Fred, and sits in front. And then we have an exercise called the finish. He's going to heel her right around the back of him and gets her right back to that left-hand side heel position, and she sits. Now I'll demonstrate that recall one more time. She's in a sit. He gives her a stay out to the end of the training leash.
Shakira, come.
And then he calls her by name. She gets right up, turns, comes into Fred, and sits in front. And then the finish one more time right around the back of him and right back to his left-hand side heel position, and she sits. Nicely done. That's a good time to remind you want to practice all your commands with Shakira about 15 to 20 minutes a day. You can practice inside or outside your home and just incorporate the commands into your daily routine with her. You'll notice Fred's using a lot of praise with her, a lot of head pats and good girls, as it helps to keep her motivated through working her obedience. Next up is going to be our down commands. The first is down from a heel position. Fred will use the open flat of his left palm straight down to the ground and the one-word firm command to down. He then gives her a stay and walks back out to the end of that training leash. Now this is another great exercise to build up that self-control and maturity. You can start this one at about 3 minutes time and work your way up in increments until you get to about 5 minutes. Fred's going to return back to her, walking all the way around just as he did on the sit stay, and right back to that left-hand side heel position. She holds that down throughout, he gives her some praise, and then heels her right out of it. He'll show you that down again when he comes back around. Now you see Shakira's doing very well, but it's always important to follow through with your obedience. So if you give her a command and she does not respond, you always first want to say no, then give a tug and let go correction to her training collar, and then repeat the command you'd given her. Fred's going to give her the down again. She didn't. Yep, there she goes. She started to go into it, and then she finished, and then he gives her a stay, and out to the end of that training leash. And this time he'll give her a second to hold it, and he'll demonstrate that come or recall command right out of the down position.
Shakira, come. Good girl.
Calls her by name. She gets right up and comes into him.
No, sit.
And she didn't sit, so he said no and repeated the command, and she sat. And then the finish right around the back. And right back to that left-hand side heel position, and she sits. Nicely done. Now that was an example of how you say no, give a quick tug and let go correction, and repeat your command if she does not respond to it the first time. Now they're going to get in position here for our down from a distance command. You're going to have her in a sit, give her a stay, walk out to the end of your training leash. Now this is the only time we use our right hand to give the command, and Fred will drop her into a down from the end of the training leash. He'll then return back to her once again, walking all the way around, and right back to that left-hand side heel position. Nicely done. Heels her right out of it. Alright, we've demonstrated for you our basic obedience commands we've been working on with Shakira while she's been here at school. It's been a pleasure working with Shakira, and we thank you again for choosing Williams Dog Training Company as your personal dog trainer.